I'm lying in bed in my hotel room, flipping through a magazine when I hear the door knock. I walk to the door and I see my brother. I feel a tug on my shorts and I look down and I see my niece, Nana, looking up at me. She says, I'm sleeping over tonight. I'm on a family vacation. And in my family, that means my parents, my siblings, their spouses, and their spawns. Family time means having all our meals together: breakfast, lunch, merienda, snack, tea time, and dinner. Being the only single person in the family, I get the hotel room all to myself. And over dinner earlier, I casually mentioned to Nana that, hey, maybe you'd like to have a sleepover. It's highly unlikely that her parents will let her alone with me because the last child I babysat came back with a bump on her forehead. But there it is, my brother in the hotel room, coming into the door, giving me instructions, puts his hands on my shoulder, says, good luck, and then leaves. I stare at the closed door, trying not to panic. This is the first time I've been alone with Nana without adult supervision. That is, without an adult supervising me. I look down at Nana and I ask her, do you need diapers? You're not gonna pee in bed, are you? And she looks at me and says, no, of course not. I'm 5 now. Nana, at 5 years old, is more confident than I ever was at any age. Nana, at 5, would bully her cousins older than her to play games with her based on her rules. And when other kids try to make fun of her, she just looks at them and says, you're just jealous. So when I invited Nana to come over and have a sleepover with me, I thought we would be sitting in bed, reading fairy tales out loud, doing some coloring, braiding each other's hair, quiet stuff. But she has other plans. She wants to jump up and down in bed, run around the room, singing the theme song of Trolls Can't Stop the Feeling on the top of her lungs, rummage through my suitcase and play with my sarongs. And after running around with her for a while, that seems like forever, I feel a stitch on my side, and I think my ovaries just went on strike. I have had it. I am ready to call my brother to pick her up or bring me some cough syrup so I can drug her. When suddenly, Nana lets out a yawn. So I quickly grab her, put her in bed under the covers, bring her stuffed unicorn with her, and I look at her face as she closed her eyes and think, wow, she really looks like an angel. When suddenly, her eyes flew wide open and she sits up. I freeze. Then she throws her arms around me, plants a kiss on the side of my cheek and says, I love you, good night, and plops back down to bed. I didn't know what to say. Suddenly, I feel a warm sensation on my chest, spreading around like a drop of ink on a glass full of water. This is the first time I've heard those words from my family. We're Chinese. We don't really talk about our emotions. We just talk about food. So I stare at Nana's sleeping figure. And I leaned over, gave her a kiss, and says, I love you too, Nana, as I turned off the lights. Thank you.